Harold Edward Cox, born 1973, better known by his ring name Eddie Golden, is a semi-retired American professional wrestler and trainer. He was one of the top junior heavyweights in the southern United States during the 1990s and won numerous championship titles in the Carolinas, Florida, Georgia, and Tennessee. Golden was also known for his work in tag teams, specifically as part of the Beautiful Blondes with Stan Lee and the fourth incarnation of the Heavenly Bodies with K.C. Thunder, a member of the Golden wrestling family. Golden occasionally teamed with his real-life uncle Jimmy Golden on the independent circuit. He has sometimes also worked with other tag team partners such as A.J. Styles, Onyx, and Terry Knight. Golden was a major star in Southern States wrestling during the mid to late 1990s, winning the SSW Junior Heavyweight Championship 3 times and the SSW Tag Team Championship twice with Alex, Shane and Stan Lee. In 2000, Golden joined NWA Wildside, where was a part of Jeff G. Bailey's NWA Elite stable with Ruckus, Onyx, and Terry Knight. He was considered by Pro Wrestling Illustrated as one of the promotion's best young veterans, having impressive matches against A.J. Styles, EZ Money, in Kid Kash, and won the NWA Wildside Television Championship 3 times. Early life. Eddie Golden was born in Knoxville, Tennessee, a member of the Golden branch of the famed Welch-Fuller wrestling family. He is the grandson of Montgomery, Alabama wrestling promoter Billy Golden and nephew of Jimmy Golden. At an early age, Eddie Golden too decided to enter professional wrestling and made his pro debut in 1988. Professional wrestling career. Early career, 1988 to 1991. Golden spent the first few years of his career wrestling on the local Tennessee independent circuit. By October 1991, Golden was in Tennessee Championship Wrestling, working with the likes of Stan Lee, Skyfire, J.C. Black, Wayne Rogers, Jeff Tankasley, the Christian Brothers, Bam Bam and Danny Christian, and a teenaged Bo James refereeing matches. Golden also teamed with Big Ox as the Texas Outlaws in Bruce Rand's Southeastern Championship Wrestling. The Texas Outlaws won the SSW Tag Team Championship 3 times between 1992 and 1999. Southern States Wrestling, 1992 to 1996. Golden was among several wrestlers who followed Bo James when he founded Southern States Wrestling. On March 20, 1992, Golden defeated Jamie Gibson in Banner Elk, North Carolina to become the first ever SSW Junior Heavyweight Champion. He held onto the title for over a year before losing to Alex Shane in Fall Branch, Tennessee on April 30, 1993. Golden regained the title in Sullivan Gardens, Tennessee on May 28 but dropped it back to Shane in Fall Branch a month later. He and his uncle, managed by The Godfather, feuded with the Fantastics, Bobby Fulton and Tommy Rogers. That same year, an encounter between the two teams occurred at WrestleFest 93, during a Southern Hospitality interview segment with Big Al Bass, and turned into a 4-way brawl. In the summer of 1994, Golden began teaming with former rival Alex Shane. The two captured the SSW Tag Team Championship from the Death Riders, Sheik White and the Tennessee Equalizer, in Fall Branch on July 15, 1994. A week later in Johnson City, Tennessee, Golden defeated Keith Hart at a show for Tim Horner's National Championship Wrestling promotion. Golden and Shane eventually lost the tag team title to Mike Powers and the Alabama Heartthrob in Kingsport, Tennessee on August 6, 1994. At the end of the year, Golden began teaming with Stan Lee as the Beautiful Blondes. The team would win a number of tag team championships throughout the southeastern United States during the next few years. On December 17, 1994, Golden and Lane defeated the Rock'n'Roll Express, Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson, at an all-star wrestling show in Elizabethton, Tennessee, that summer on the independent circuit. The Beautiful Blondes defeated the Young Guns, Scott Sterling and Jeff Lovin, in Elizabethton for Tennessee Championship Wrestling. On September 9, Golden and Lane lost to Ricky Morton and the Crow in Rural Retreat, Virginia. On October 1, 1995, they faced David Jericho and Chris Hamrick at a Great American Wrestling Federation show in Asheville, North Carolina. Back in SSW, the team also defeated David Jericho and Danny Cooley in Ledger, North Carolina on December 9, 1995. Golden also defeated the Alabama Heartthrob for the SSW Junior Heavyweight Championship in Fall Branch that same week. The Beautiful Blondes claimed their first tag title when they defeated Bo James and Ricky Morton for the SSW Tag Team Championship in Fall Branch on January 5, 1996. A few weeks later, the team faced the WWF World Tag Team Champions the Headbangers, Mosh and Thrasher, at an International Pro Wrestling in Asheville. On February 10, they wrestled the Olympian and Tony Pritchard to a double disqualification in Morristown, Tennessee. On February 26, at SSW's 5th anniversary show, the Beautiful Blondes lost the tag belts to Death and Destruction, Frank the Tank Parker and Ruthless Roger Anderson. On March 1, Golden successfully defended the junior heavyweight title against Scott Sterling. The Beautiful Blondes had less luck that month, losing matches to Sterling with partners Steve Flynn and Danny Christian respectively. On May 3, 1996, the Beautiful Blondes wrestled Battering Ram and Iron Man at a United Wrestling Alliance show in Hansonville, Virginia. The following night in Nora, Virginia, the two wrestled their opponents in singles matches, with Golden losing to Battering Ram. On May 11, the Beautiful Blondes wrestled Medic Madness, Dr. Dan and the Orderly, to a double disqualification at a Great American Wrestling Federation show in Asheville, North Carolina. The following year, Golden lost to Ricky Morton at the Sampson Center in Fall Branch, Tennessee. The bout was promoted as a clean scientific match. However, Morton became frustrated where the younger wrestler kept successfully countering his moves. He then uncharacteristically used heel tactics against Golden and scored the winning pinfall, only after using the ring ropes for leverage and pulling Golden's tights. He also unsuccessfully challenged Bo James for the SSW Appalachian Heavyweight Championship. Tennessee Mountain Wrestling, 1996 1997. At the end of 1996, Golden began competing in Tennessee Mountain Wrestling, where he quickly won the promotion's light heavyweight championship. On November 30, Golden defeated Chris Steelheart in Morristown, Tennessee. On December 7, 1996, he lost to Steelheart in a non-title match at Holston High School in Knoxville. He and Ricky Rocket wrestled to a double countout at a TMW show in Johnson City the same month. On January 5, 1997, Golden suffered his first defeat in the promotion at the hands of Chris Powers in Knoxville, Tennessee. Golden formed a short-lived alliance with Chris Steelheart when he began feuding with Ricky Rocket. The two defeated Rocket and David Jericho in a tag team match on February 14. However, Golden was unable to win the TMW Light Heavyweight Championship from Rocket in their title bout at Holston Elementary School. 2 months later, Golden and Rusty Riddell were defeated by Ricky Rocker and David Jericho at the Johnson City Parks and Recreation Center. independent circuit. 1997 to 2000. Golden continued teaming with Stan Lee during this time. In February 1997, the Beautiful Blondes wrestled Surgeon Venom at a National Championship Wrestling television taping in Asheville, North Carolina. On April 4, the Beautiful Blondes and Alan King wrestled a six-man tag match against Scott Sterling, Ricky Harrison, and Donnie Dallas for Southern Championship Wrestling in Elizabethton, Tennessee. Golden traveled to Georgia's National Championship Wrestling for the summer, where he faced David Jericho and Ricky Rocket. On July 10 in Silver, North Carolina, Golden lost to Rocket in a match for the then-vacant SSW Television Championship. He again lost to Rocket in Silver on October 2, 1997. On February 21, 1998, the Beautiful Blondes wrestled GAWF Tag Team Champions Kane and Abel Adams at a Great American Wrestling Federation event in Red Oak, North Carolina. By the late 1990s, Golden has established himself as a formidable competitor in the southern United States, with victories over veteran wrestlers such as Bobby and Jackie Fulton, Tony Anthony, Tracy Smothers, and Jimmy Valiant. Though considered a heel wrestler by Southern wrestling fans, he was very popular with crowds in his native Tennessee. Golden briefly feuded with Stan Lee but would eventually reform the Beautiful Blondes with him. Golden spent much of 1998 in Appalachian Mountain Wrestling, where he had standout matches with AMW Heavyweight Champion Playboy Brian Wayne. On August 1, 1998, Golden and Ricky Harrison defeated the artists formerly known as the Young Guns, Scott Sterling and Jeff Lovin, for the AMW Tag Team Championship. Their three-month championship reign was ended by Brian Wayne and his former partner Stan Lee at Tag Wars 98 on November 14. Their opponents had won an 8-team tournament earlier that night to earn a title shot. Golden subsequently won the vacant AMW Junior Heavyweight Championship from 8-Ball Jones on December 12, 1998. Several days later in Cornelia, Georgia, Golden defeated Shane Austin for the NCW United States Heavyweight Championship in a three-way match also involving David Jericho. He lost the belt to Jesse Taylor 3 months later. Golden also teamed up with his uncle Jimmy Golden for occasional tag team matches in Kingsport. A July 21 bout against David Jericho and Rusty Riddle ended in a no contest. However, they beat Pretty Handsome, Chris Steelheart and Mike Hansen in August 1998 and Dirty White Boy Tony Anthony and Drive Dan in July 1999. On March 25, 2000, Golden wrestled Big Ox for a Southeastern Championship Wrestling television taping at Bishop Moore High School in Orlando, Florida. NWA Wildside 2000-2001. That spring, Golden made his debut in NWA Wildside. With over a decade of experience, the 27-year-old wrestler quickly established himself as one of the best young veterans in the promotion. On April 1 at Hardcore Hell 2000, he defeated AJ Styles in a ladder match for the NWA Wildside Television Championship in Cornelia, Georgia. He lost the belt that same night to Jesse Taylor, however, with whom he would feud with over the title throughout the year. Golden would eventually be recruited by Jeff G. Bailey as part of NWA Elite with Ruckus, Onyx, and Terry Knight. A rematch between Golden and AJ Styles on the May 14 edition of NWA Wildside TV saw Styles turn heel by attacking his tag team partner George Estrada after the bout and aligning himself with Golden and NWA Elite. He and Styles faced Estrada and J.C. Daz in a tag team match the following week. The stable would feud with former national championship wrestling stars, the promotion having recently merged with NWA Georgia, with Golden, Onyx, A.J. Styles, and NWA Wildside owner Bill Beeran's wrestling team NCW's Stone Mountain, J.C. Das, Rick Michaels, and David Young. On June 18, Golden enlisted stablemate Terry Knight in his year-long feud against Jesse Taylor. He had managed to regain the NWA Wildside Television Championship, but dropped the belt back to Taylor in Knoxville, Tennessee on July 7. Golden won it back from Taylor a day later in Silver, North Carolina. On the August 20 edition of NWA Wildside TV, Golden and Knight wrestled Taylor and Romeo Bliss in a tag team match. They also wrestled Bad Attitude, Rick Michaels and David Young. At various times during the year, he and Taylor faced each other again on the November 6 episode of NWA Wildside TV. Holden eventually lost the television title to Air Paris at the NWA Wildside Arena on January 1, 2001. On January 20, Golden defeated EZ Money via countout in his NWA Wildside debut. On February 3, Golden and Terry Knight lost to David Flair and Romeo Bliss at the NWA Wildside Arena. On April 21, 2001, Golden teamed with Adam Jacobs and John Phoenix in a losing effort against A.J. Styles, Air Paris, and Onyx. Independent Circuit, 2002 to 2006. Golden briefly feuded with Brad Hunter in North American Championship Wrestling in early 2002. On February 8, 2002, Golden lost Hunter in Newton, North Carolina. He also took part in a six-man tag team match with Big Daddy and Big Wood against Hunter, Black Angel, and Reverend Slim in Shelby, North Carolina the following night. On March 5, Golden wrestled Mike Hansen on New South Wrestling's first television taping on WCYB in Johnson City, Tennessee. On November 28, 2002, Golden lost to Alan King in a three-way match with EZ Money for New South Wrestling. On January 11, 2003, Golden wrestled DG 2000 for Ron's Championship Wrestling in Knoxville. On March 22, Eddie and Jimmy Golden lost to Bo James and Gator McAllister by countout in Kingsport. Golden lost to Jesse Taylor at NWA Wildside's Hardcore Hell in Cornelia, Georgia a week later. That summer, Golden began feuding with Jeff Tankersfly in Southern States Wrestling and on the independent circuit. On July 20, 2003, Golden was defeated by Tankersfly at an SSW show in Kingsport. On January 24, 2004, Golden defeated Tankasley, with Sherry Martel, by disqualification in Iron Ring Wrestling. On March 6, Golden and Robbie Cassidy lost to LCW Tag Team Champions Alan King and Shane Matthews in Liberty Championship Wrestling. 4 months later, Golden faced Jeff Tankasley and Sherry Martel once again at Iron Ring Wrestling's Show 4, Kingsport's annual FunFest event on July 17, 2004. The two men wrestled in a bloody steel cage match for the IRW Heavyweight Championship. Golden ended up winning the match after Martel turned on Tankasley, in effect turning Golden into a heel, and Tankasley a babyface. On February 12, 2005, Eddie Golden defeated Gluteus Maximus and Nick Diamond three-way match for Palmetto Pride Championship Wrestling in Columbia, South Carolina. On May 7, at the Mark Curtis Memorial Wrestling Reunion, Golden defeated K.C. Thunder, with the Duke of New York, via disqualification. Golden nearly pinned Thunder with a big splash at the end of the match but was pulled off of his opponent by the Duke of New York when he made the cover. while Golden argued with the referee. Thunder then hit him with brass knuckles and pinned him for the win. Thunder seemingly had the match won, but the referee found the foreign object after the match and reversed the decision. On July 17, 2005, Eddie and Jimmy Golden defeated the Midnight Express, Dennis Condrey and Bobby Eaton, at an Iron Ring Wrestling show by disqualification. A week later at NWA Rocky Top's Night of Champions in Knoxville, Eddie teamed with cousin Bobby Golden to beat the Turbinators, Jahad and Jaheed, by disqualification. Golden returned to Knoxville for NWA Rocky Top's Retribution on August 19, where he and Tim Horner, accompanied by Bobby Golden, were defeated by the Turbinators in a rematch. Golden defeated K.C. Thunder at a Carolina Championship Wrestling show in Clyde, North Carolina on October 8. On November 6, 2005, Golden wrestled EZ Money at Iron Ring Wrestling's Afternoon Chaos in Kingsport, Tennessee. On March 11, 2006, Golden and K.C. Thunder wrestled Iron Cross and Rich Mansfield in USA Main Event Championship Wrestling 2006-2007. Golden started working for Championship Wrestling in early 2006. On April 22, 2006, Golden beat Alan King in Elizabethton, Tennessee. On July 29, Golden and Tom Pritchard lost to Tony Givens and Robbie Cassidy in an interpromotional Championship Wrestling vs. Iron Ring Wrestling match. On August 12 at Fire on the Mountain 2006, Golden was disqualified in his match against Nick Hammonds. On September 2, Golden and Stanley lost to Skull and Frank the Tank Parker at Great Southern Championship Wrestling's Hostile Takeover in Hickory, North Carolina. October 21, 2006, at a Championship Wrestling show in Kingsport, Golden lost an 8-man tag team match with Chris Richards, Brad Thomas, and Alan King against Tony Givens, Robbie Cassidy, Wayne Adkins, and Nick Hammonds, and his team was disqualified. On April 14, 2007, Golden and Alan King lost a tag team match to Tony Givens and Robbie Cassidy at another Championship Wrestling event in Kingsport. He and King subsequently had a falling out and faced each other in a grudge match at Championship Wrestling's Collision Course 3, the promotion's flagship supercard. On May 25, 2007, NWA All-Star Wrestling 2007, Golden and Stanley were brought into NWA All-Star Wrestling to challenge then tag team champions Bobby Houston and Iron Cross in the summer of 2007. On June 2, 2007, the Beautiful Blondes and K.C. Thunder lost to Bobby Houston, Iron Cross, and Jerry the King Lawler at the Dukes of Hazzard Festival in Nashville, Tennessee. He and K.C. Thunder won the tag belts the following month. However, on the August 4 edition of NWA All-Star Wrestling in Bristol, Tennessee, they won the match when Iron Cross turned on his partner, but afterwards the masked wrestler took off his mask, revealing himself as Stan Lee. They successfully defended the titles against EZ Money and Cody Isis via disqualification in Lebanon, Virginia, Independent Circuit, 2008-2009. On February 15, 2008, Eddie and Jimmy Golden, with Stan Lee, appeared on SSW's 17th anniversary show against K.C. Thunder and Wayne Adkins. Golden and Lee later participated in a SSW Legends Battle Royal that same night. That summer, Golden began wrestling with Thunder as the fourth version of the Heavenly Bodies. The team won their first titles in the New Frontier Wrestling Association by defeating champions Germa Acid and Cornbread in Franklin, North Carolina on May 24. On June 3, Golden, with Holly Trinity, defeated the Tennessee Stud, with Dawn Ranaea, for National Championship Wrestling at North Wilkes High School. Ranaea would later become a valet for Golden and Thunder. On July 19, the Heavenly Bodies beat Chris Damian and Adam Logan on a NFWA show at the National Guard Armory in Franklin. On August 16 at Total Chaos, Golden and Thunder were scheduled to face the Saturday Night Sensation, Matt Sells and Ryan Michaels, for the NWA Tag Team Championship. Golden was unable to attend the event and was replaced by Chris Hamrick. On December 6, 2008, the Heavenly Bodies challenged NWA All-Star Wrestling Tag Team Champions Iron Cross and Stan Lee in a Texas Tornado Death Match at an NWA All-Star Wrestling fundraiser for Lebanon Middle School. According to the pre-match stipulation, the Heavenly Bodies valet Dawn Ranaea would have her head shaved if the team failed to win the belts. On July 24, 2009, Golden and Jeff Tankersley wrestled David and Reid Flair for Iron Ring Wrestling in Kingsport. The two men attacked Ric Flair earlier that night while giving a speech to the audience. The former world champion was saved by his sons and managed them in their match at the end of the night. Golden did several shows for Tony Gibbons' Championship Wrestling Alliance, later known as NWA Smoky Mountain Wrestling, during ARLY 2010. On January 23, 2010, Golden defeats Skull Leighton King at House Party 2010 in Johnson City, Tennessee. On March 6, at CWA's 6th anniversary show, Golden wrestled in the 2010 Best of the Best tournament and was eliminated by Robbie Cassidy in the first round. Southern States Wrestling, 2010-2011. Golden returned to Southern States Wrestling in the summer of 2010. On June 26, Golden, with Jeff Tankersley, wrestled Bo James at Legends Night 2010 in Kingsport, Tennessee. On July 25 at WrestleFest 2010, Golden and Tankersley wrestled Bo James and Dutch Mantle to a no contest when David Flair interfered. On the June 20 edition of SSW's weekly television show SSW Power Half Hour, Golden and Tankersley wrestled David Flair and Jerry the King Lawler. On September 18, 2010, at Fall Spectacular 2010, he took part in a six-man tag team match with Tankersley and Jimmy Golden to battle Bo James, Dutch Mantle, and Jerry Lawler. On February 18, 2011, Golden appeared at SSW's 20th anniversary show in Kingsport, Tennessee, where he lost to Johnny Knievel. NWA Smoky Mountain Wrestling, 2011-2013. On April 1, 2011, Golden took part in the NWA Smoky Mountain Wrestling Cup tournament at the Civic Auditorium in Kingsport, Tennessee. He was eliminated by NWA Mountain Empire heavyweight champion Chase Owens in the opening rounds. In the spring of 2013, Golden once again began feuding with Jeff Tankersley. This latest feud was triggered when Golden interfered in an April 6 match between Tankersley and Jimmy Golden that allowed his uncle to win the bout. The two men faced off at NWA Smoky Mountains Collision Course 9 in Kingsport on May 18. On October 12, 2013, Golden and EZ Money challenged NWA Smoky Mountain Tag Team Champions Air America, Skylar Cruz and Gavin Daring, at Hampton High School in Hampton, Tennessee. Independent Circuit, 2014. On June 14, 2014, Golden reunited with Stan Lee at Reborn Wrestling's Once Bitten, Twice Shy in Johnson City, a tribute show honoring WWE Hall of Famer Jake the Snake Roberts, where they lost to Air America, Skylar Cruz and Gavin Daring. The Beautiful Blondes began abusing their Valley Brooklyn after the match, blaming her for their defeat, who was rescued by Air America. Although they lost the match, the tag team bout stole the show, according to 411 Mania. Com praised all four men for their enormous talent and athleticism. Personal life. Golden married Natalie Cox in 1995. They have 2 children. In wrestling, finishing moves, big splash, signature moves, back elbow, managers, The Godfather, P.J. Sharp, Jeff G. Bailey, Madison, wife, nicknames, 24KT, Eddie Golden, wrestlers trained, Bad Brad Hunter, championships and accomplishments, All-American Wrestling, AAW Tag Team Championship, 1 time, with Stan Lee, All-State Wrestling, ASW Junior Heavyweight Championship, 2 times, All-Pro Wrestling, APW Tag Team Championship, 2 times, with Stan Lee, American Wrestling Federation, AWF Cruiserweight Championship, 2 times, Appalachian Mountain Wrestling, AMW Southeastern Championship, 1 time, AMW Tag Team Championship, 1 time, with Ricky Harrison, Iron Ring Wrestling, IRW Heavyweight Championship, 1 time, IRW Tag Team Championship, 1 time, with Jimmy Golden, National Championship Wrestling, NCW United States Heavyweight Championship, 1 time, New Frontier Wrestling Association, NFWA Tag Team Championship, 1 time, with K.C. Thunder, NWA All-Star Wrestling, NWA All-Star Tag Team Championship, 1 time, with K.C. Thunder, NWA Wildside, NWA Wildside Television Championship, 3 times, Pro Wrestling Illustrated, PWI ranked Eddie Golden number 457 of the 500 best singles wrestlers of the PWI 500 in 1993. PWI ranked Eddie Golden number 443 of the 500 best singles wrestlers of the PWI 500 in 1994. PWI ranked Eddie Golden number 232 of the 500 best singles wrestlers of the PWI 500 in 1995. PWI ranked Eddie Golden number 226 of the 500 best singles wrestlers of the PWI 500 in 1996. PWI ranked Eddie Golden number 235 of the 500 best singles wrestlers of the PWI 500 in 1997. PWI ranked Eddie Golden number 279 of the 500 best singles wrestlers of the PWI 500 in 1998. PWI ranked Eddie Golden number 334 of the 500 best singles wrestlers of the PWI 500 in 2000. PWI ranked Eddie Golden number 262 of the 500 best singles wrestlers of the PWI 500 in 2001. Southeastern Championship Wrestling, SECW Tag Team Championship, 3 times, with Big Ox. Southern States Wrestling, SSW Junior Heavyweight Championship, 3 times, SSW Tag Team Championship, 2 times, with Stan Lee and Alex Shane. Tennessee Championship Wrestling, TCW Tag Team Championship, 1 time, with Stan Lee. Tennessee Mountain Wrestling, TMW Junior Heavyweight Championship, 1 time. United Atlantic Championship Wrestling, UACW Tag Team Championship, 1 time. First, with Stan Lee. References. External links. Eddie Golden at CageMatch.net. Eddie Golden at WrestlingData.com. Professional wrestling record for Eddie Golden from the Internet Wrestling Database.